Hey everyone, welcome back for a little Jays talk. A bit of a snooze fest in today's ball game, but we got the result we were looking for as the Toronto Blue Jays down the Detroit Tigers 2-1, moving us back to 22 and 23, one game back of 500. So the march is back on. Let's see if we can break through once and for all here. I'm not holding my breath, but hey, here's to hoping. So today's pitching matchup was a bit lopsided in favor of Detroit as Reese Olson was on the mound for them. And if you don't know, he's a very, very good starting pitcher. He's a bit in the shadow of Tarek Skubal and now Jack Flaherty, so he doesn't get talked about much. But he really broke out last year and showed that he's actually a pretty legit number 2 starting pitcher in most rotations. We were countering that with the piggyback. We had Eric Lauer start and Y-Rod come in after him. So Ureña was used the other day in the 9th inning. I'm guessing that's why he wasn't used here, or they just like this piggyback a little bit better. So they went with Lauer for the first 40 pitches, first 3 innings of the game. He gave us 3 innings pitched with 1 run. That was a home run in the 2nd inning. The lead off the inning was Spencer Torkelson going 399 feet to left center field. Colt Keith followed that up with a double. So you thought the wheels might have been falling off, but he settled in and got 3 flyouts after that to keep it 1-0. And as I mentioned, moving into the 4th inning, I will be skipping through this game pretty quick just because there was not a lot to talk about. Both teams only had 4 hits total, 4 hits each side, I should say, and 7 strikeouts on each side, I think, as well. So there wasn't a lot of highlights really to this one. It was a well-defended game, well-pitched game, or a poorly hit game, depending on how you want to look at things. There was a little bit of action when you come down to the bottom of the 7th. Guerrero Jr. led it off with a walk. Then Varsho grounds out, but Guerrero moves up to second. So you're thinking it's still 1-0 at this point. We might be able to tie it. Springer then walks. And then an interesting decision from John Schneider. They brought in a lefty. So we went to Miles Straw over Addison Barger. And at some point, if we want any of these lefties to be regular everyday at-bats, we're going to have to let them start hitting off of lefties no matter how good they are. I know Holton is a very good reliever and he's a very good lefty, so that lefty-lefty matchup is not ideal. But yeah, at some point in time, we're going to have to let some of these guys start to hit same-handed pitching. Anyways, Miles Straw comes in, double play, grounds out. I think it was the first pitch, was it? Let me see here. Yeah, it was the first pitch cutter. He grounds out to the shortstop, double play, ends the inning, ends the rally, still 1-0 heading to the 8th. And that's also not a slight on Miles Straw. He's been very good for us this year. No complaints on him whatsoever. I didn't hate the move, but I just think that, yeah, at some point in time, like I say, we're going to have to let the Addison Barger or the Rodin or the Wagner, if they ever come back up and they're looking good, we're going to have to give them some run against same-handed pitching eventually. Jimmy Garcia comes in to pitch for us in the 8th. He gets 3 up, 3 down, sending us to the bottom of 8, where the Blue Jays finally draw even. Clement leads off with a walk. Nathan Lucas lays down the sac bunt. And in a game like today where you're down 1-0 and your offense just hasn't been able to string things together, I like going for the bunt here, despite how good Nathan Lucas has been swinging lately. He lays down the nice sac bunt, moves Clement up to second into scoring position. Alejandro Kirk comes off the bench to pinch hit for Tyler Heineman. And Will Vest comes in to pitch for Detroit, so a righty-on-righty matchup. Kirky singles to right field. Clement's able to score, making it 1-1, drawing us even before Stefanik and Bichette both get out, sending us to the 9th inning in now a 1-1 draw. Kirky in to catch, obviously, here for Heineman after he pinch hit there, came through. So Torres walks with Jeff Hoffman on the mound, and you're thinking, great, can't we just catch a break with Jeff Hoffman here? You know, Gleyber Torres is not good, and he comes in and walks him on 4 pitches, so you're just thinking, like, again, are we kidding here? But then a weird one happens as Green flies out to left field, and Torres is thrown out at second base trying to advance. So we get a lucky double play there. Nice play by Lucas. Ends a potential 9th inning rally there for Detroit. And you know what? Hoffman needed a break like that to kind of just get some positive momentum going, really. He still hasn't been touched up like that much on the season, but when he's fallen apart, it's been catastrophic in these last few games. So yeah, it was really good to see him just catch a break there. And then he gets Kerry Carpenter, who is a very good left-handed bat. He gets him to ground out to the shortstop on 4 pitches using his splitter exclusively against the tough lefty bat. So good on Hoffman being able to settle in there, get out of it, and just put up a clean inning. He needs to get the momentum going again. Seeing Jimmy and Hoffman both go scoreless innings was great to see. Hannafy comes in to pitch for Detroit. They've pretty much burned through their whole bullpen at this point, all their high leverage arms. Guerrero Jr. grounds out to start off the bottom of the 9th before Varsho hits a double to right. Springer then grounds out, moving Varsho up to third. So we've got 2 outs with a runner on third. Anthony Santander comes in. And he's been off for a week now, and he's injured, and he's hitting like 184 or something like that on the year. So a bit of an interesting decision here as they walk him, getting to Ernie Clement, who's been quite hot. Mind you, he doesn't have the power that Santander has, but in terms of contact and putting the ball in play, I think your odds are much higher that Ernie Clement is going to come through and do a job for you there if you're the Blue Jays than Anthony Santander, who's much more boom and bust and injured to top it all off. Ernie Clement comes up, and on the second pitch, he gets a sinker kind of middle low, and he pops it through to the right side, scoring Varsho. Santander, it says, moves up to third base, but, the game's over at that point, bottom of the ninth. Walk-off victory for the Toronto Blue Jays. And like I say, 2-1. They move up to 22 and 23 on the year. It was a dull game. I was tuning in and out of it. I had it on, but it was just... it was 1-0 for the longest time till the bottom of the eighth, and there was just nothing doing for either team. It was, like I say, it was either well pitched or the offenses just didn't show up. Not a lot of strikeouts, not a lot of action, not a lot of base runners. Just a bit of a dull game, but hey, we got the win, so no complaints. I'll go through the box score here just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Bo Bichette went 1 for 4. He's really turned it on lately. Great to see on him. He's getting the power going. He's getting on base. Everything's starting to click for Bo, and he's looking really good. Vladdy went 0 for 3 with a walk. He's been all right. Varsho 1 for 4. Can't say enough good things about Varsho since he's been back. Stellar defense, stellar bat. Everything's good. George Springer 0 for 3. He's fallen off a cliff here. He's had a really rough about 7 to 10 games, I would say. He's really struggling, and he's kind of coming back down. But his start was unsustainable anyways. He was one of the top hitters in baseball. We didn't expect that out of him this year. Addison Barger, 0 for 2. He's now batting .243 on the year. Let's hope he can find some middle ground here. He's been fantastic, and he's been terrible. So let's hope he can just kind of settle in and, be a productive bat for us moving forward. Miles Straw came in to pinch hit, as I mentioned. He didn't get anything going. Santander just got the walk. Clement went 1 for 3. He's been great at putting the ball in play recently. Lucas went 0 for 2. Heineman 0 for 1 before he got replaced by Alejandro Kirk, who came through with that big RBI single. Stefanik goes 0 for 3. Had some good at-bats, though. He has looked all right. He's now hitting .250 since he's been up. The double by Varsho, the single, the RBIs by Clement and Kirk. Can't say enough good things about Kirky lately. Clement has come on strong. We've needed him. And then on the pitching side of things, Eric Lauer going 3 innings pitched, 5 Ks on 40 pitches. And then they decided to piggyback him with Wyrod, who went 2 innings pitched with 1 hit, no strikeouts, but no runs. Little, Green, Garcia, Hoffman after that, so we went with all the big guns. We needed this victory, and we ended up pulling it out 2-1 after a well-pitched game. We let up 4 hits, we had 7 strikeouts, and let's check the Detroit Tigers side. They also let up 4 hits, 7 strikeouts. So, dull game, boring game. Victory is a victory. We take the dub. We move on. Race to 500. Next game. We'll talk to you guys later, all right? Drop a comment below with your thoughts on this one. Have a good one.